How do we stop this? How do we, I mean, I joke a little bit, but how do we, in a world where we'll see 20 to 40 billion IoT devices over the next 5 to 7 years, in a world where we want more data privacy protections, and we have things like the GDPR, how do we stop this tide, this rising tsunami of data, and still protect ourselves? And what happens to the idea of security with the rising tide of IoT?
Well, I actually think this is a solvable problem, but there's a couple of key steps we have to take. The first, and we start to see this within GDPR, only collect the data you actually need. If you don't need that data for the transaction at hand, either get rid of it, or better yet, don't collect it in the first place. The second thing we've got to really do is we've got to share information on threats openly and at speed. We've got to democratize threat intelligence data. And this is a problem not only in the private sector where companies try to make a profit off of threat intelligence data, but it's also a problem in government where making that linkage between government and the private sector to share intelligence at speed is very difficult. And notice I said at speed, because intelligence that's a day or two old isn't intelligence anymore. It's just data. So if we work together, we actually can solve this problem. But think about what this means in every boardroom. If you've been attacked, if you've been a victim, then part of your duty is not only to respond to that, but to tell the community around you what happened and how it happened. Because when you do that, you inoculate everybody else.